What? Okay, is it working now? I'm having all sorts of problems with my live stream right now. Oh, now it's working. So there's something weird going on with YouTube tonight. My Streamlabs acted up. My phone froze up 3 times. The other day I was talking about runners. What are runners? If you go back to the TV show, the movie actually, Logan's Run. It's a dysphoria of a situation or environment where people find themselves in, or it's either it's a situation of globalists overbearing control over people's free will, basically, right? So, but it's also applicable even in today's situation, in today's environment. With criminals, basically. So basically what I'm talking about is, right, so let's say there's somebody that commits crime and they're doing bad things to do with DRUGS, right? Often they find themselves in a situation where the official policing system or the legal system is extremely I can't think of the word, has extreme reaction to the behaviour or antisocial behaviour, and so that creates the displacement syndrome of migration, where they have to run to another location that's more acceptable, unless I can't think of the damn word. Less dysphoric towards their illegal intent or crimes. So we get these migrations. People will move from one place to another. People that are drifters are drifting for a specific reason. Either they're in search of a utopia, or they're running away from something that they've done to avoid repercussions or criminal prosecution. Right? So, something I've noticed in the last few years was, I'm trying to be careful with what I say, because you got to be careful with stuff you say on YouTube, right? But I'd like to use an example, right? All right, so we know that the Scottish policing system, the Scottish judicial system, doesn't take no bullshit, right? They're very, very strong. They're very resilient towards crime, and I'm not saying anything detrimental or anything negative about English law or about English judicial systems. What I'm saying is that one system might be more resilient, more resourceful than another system. So we've got a situation, let's say, right? This is an example, right? Where a guy moves from, say, Scotland because of crimes he's committed, or because of an association of criminal activity in his background, and he knows that he's in deep shit, right? And he's got no other option but to move to another country, cross a border. There was a movie I watched many years ago of two lovers. They both loved each other, right? But they were in a situation where if they remained in that country, one of them was going to go to jail. And they had no other escape other than to cross the border into another country, because when you cross that border, certain legal aspects of their criminal activity is no longer applicable, sort of from Scottish law to British law. So they cross the border and they find a whole new lease of life. They think they're free. But these people have got a problem. Well, one of these people has got a serious problem. They're alcoholic. They can't control themselves. Alcoholism is one of the most deadly forms of destruction towards the human soul, because your human soul is your moral compass. It keeps you in check. It keeps you on the moral high ground. But in many situations, people drown their sorrows in alcoholism. They think that by doing that, it takes away that pain of whatever it is they did. But in reality, they're again disengaging themselves from their moral compass. And when they do that, they leave themselves wide open to make more mistakes. So it's an escalation of destruction for their personal soul and their personal evolution, if you like. I think I can hear a truck coming. Might be in Second Life. I might have to get back in there in a bit. So runners, what are runners? Runners are people who are either running towards something like a utopia, a dream of freedom and liberty, or it's somebody that's running away from something else. But they've got this other problem. They're haunted by their crime, if it's a crime that they've committed, if it's something, a bad act that they've done in the past. They'll do anything they can to distract everyone around them, to point the finger at everybody else other than themselves, because they want to gain attention and credibility and brownie points. They want to make themselves elevated above everyone else because they've got a deep dark secret and they're deathly scared that somebody's going to find out about that secret. So they become like energy vampires. They start spreading stories and rumours about other people around them, anything to distract from what they've done. Can you hear that? Beep, beep, beep. I think someone's coming. I've got to cut this video short, this live stream short, because I think I've got to go into Second Life. I think it's my friend that's coming. So what I'm saying is, what I'm talking about here is social boundaries are often crossed and people feel violated, wrongly so, because so many beeps going off right now. People often get violated because of someone else's misgivings or misdoings. And when people are out there attacking other people, just think to yourself, what are they hiding? What are they hiding? Why are they attacking everyone? Why are they gossiping about everybody else? Why don't they talk about themselves with their own past? Because they've got secrets. So when you come across people like that, you need to stand back, because those people are vampires. Well, they are vicious, and they'll look for anything that they can use against anybody to make themselves look above everyone else. These are bullies. They're bullies. That's all they are. Bullies. You know. And okay, I've got my sympathies for people who are alcoholics, who have been abused. That's a different story. There are people out there who have been either personally violated by a predator in the past, who have got such a trauma in them that they have to drown their sorrows. Now, those are different people. Those people have suffered enough. But then but it's the ones who have done wrong to others who are running away from their crimes. They're the ones who are the problem. It's very incongruent to actually be in that situation, to hide from. You've got to face up to yourself. You've got to forgive yourself for what you've done wrong in the past and try to make amends for it. Do good to help other people. Because if you don't do that, you're going to continue running. You know. Right from an early age, when I was little, I was bullied at school. I was bullied at school when I was in my 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old. And I never fought back. And because of that, people kept on bullying me. But you know what? There was one occasion, I think I was 14, 15 years old. There was somebody bullying me, and I lost it. I knocked him unconscious. I think I've talked about this before. And I knocked him unconscious. And most people said, oh, you must have felt good about that. No, I didn't. I felt bad because I thought I'd really hurt him bad. But my soul is so deeply ingrained and connected to me that I felt bad for him. You see what I'm saying? Many people that hurt other people don't feel a damn thing. You know, they hurt people and they get a kick out of it. I didn't get a kick out of it. That's how I knew I was different from them. Because those people who hurt people and feel good about it are evil. Those people are evil. If you have no connection to your soul, if you have no connection to your feelings about how it affects other people, you are not human. You are not humane. To be human, you have to be humane. If you're not humane, what the hell are you? Right? Thanks for watching anyway.